Hello, hello, hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel! Yay! This week I've been feeling quite stressed, and usually what I do when I'm stressed is I paint. So I thought maybe put a spin to it. I saw this challenge online where people just copy whatever Bob Ross is painting, but the twist is there will be no video whatsoever and just audio. But at the same time, I wanted this to be kind of informational as well. So I wanted to talk to you guys about miscommunications and other facts that you guys have sent me in my Instagram post. Yay! Okay, so let's get on to it, I guess. Hi, Barbara.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh my
Hi,
God.
glad you could join me.
Anak niya pala yun.
I've already covered the canvas with a thin,
paint
even
for us.
green for you right down at the bottom of the screen. And let's see, I think I'll paint something with a big waterfall in it today. Mountains and clouds and maybe a big waterfall. So start off with your 2-inch brush. And we'll go into just a little bit of phthalo
I'm not
blue.
sure if I have 2
Very
inch.
light.
I guess this is the closest
Drag
that
out
I
a little bit
have.
of paint.
I don't have liquid white, so I'm just using kind of a white acrylic paint. I usually paint portraits. In high school, I would join competitions as well. These were like mostly poster making, yung the ones with the hands and all. Yun na ginagawa sa oil pastel. So I usually only use paintings with oil or acrylic in my hobbies at home. My favorite would probably be oil, just because it's a lot more blendable, and I think like the way that I paint. It's a problem for me of when I should stop the painting as well. I guess yeah, also the topic today, talking about miscommunication. I've had a lot of that in the workplace, in orgs, even in classes, in schools, in group presentations and stuff like that. I feel like my character is I'm an ENTP. So basically the debater, if you'd have it in Myers-Briggs. So I'm not afraid to speak my mind and kind of challenge certain thoughts if it's something that I feel like could be improved upon. Naturally, there sometimes it comes to a point where there are discussions or arguments, there are miscommunications. I'm done with the white.
And we'll go into just a little bit of phthalo blue.
Okay, so he says to go in with phthalo blue. So I have a phthalo blue here. It's pretty dirty. Placing it there in that area.
Favorite.
I guess this is like
There we go. Little X strokes. Little X's everywhere.
X strokes. Okay, X
Some little
strokes.
dark
We'll do
cloud
X.
areas in here.
Clouds. Okay, there's gonna be clouds. Oops.
And a touch of phthalo green.
Oh, phthalo green. Wait, I don't have phthalo green, but I think I'll be mixing sap green and viridian hue to kind of get like an even green color. Okay, so we have the phthalo green and a couple of oh my god! Honestly, it looks pretty dark, so I think I'm gonna add a bit of white as well.
I've been traveling all over the country teaching classes. Let's go ahead and
Have you
use a
ever been
clean,
to the
dry, big
Philippines?
brush. I had a spare there. See, I pulled a sneaky on you.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, he's going pretty fast, so I guess I can like rush it first and finish this side. Okay, and yeah, going back to miscommunications, I have had a lot of these. I feel like, especially as a designer, you're really gonna have situations or places where clients would have like an image of it that's not really used in our jargon or something that doesn't really kind of relates to us. Like, so maybe they would say like, oh, I want this palette exactly, and so you do it, right? And then when you show it to them, they're like, oh, I don't actually like this palette, it doesn't suit. So like sometimes those times it might be really frustrating for you as well, being able to deliver the point across, because like you wouldn't want to kind of disappoint them as well, but at the same time it's kind of hard to just keep on relying on their word and it doesn't really turn out to be something that's good for them or something that they necessarily want. So I guess in cases like that, the most important is really to do an initial like stakeholder meeting whenever you're having like a new idea of a new project. Kasi that way, parang you really get to root it out. Maybe it's not even about the color that they're worried about, or like they want to kind of put the point across. Maybe sometimes it's actually just the way that the colors feel, and in that way you can kind of give them suggestions that make an agreement or distinguish each other's perceptions on what is really best for the brand and the product that you're making for them. I think it's really important to have a two-way discussion on things, in the sense that while there's always like creative freedom for the things that you do, I think it's also really important that you keep in mind the people you're designing it for, the users that you're designing it for, and even the people who are actually paying for it to be made. Because these people have their opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, what you want to really achieve is that balance between users being enjoying the product, clients being happy and proud about what is being put out, and the product itself being something that might drive a real impactful purpose for the team. So whenever you're conducting like kind of these interviews, I think it's important to make sure that you kind of do it organically, that you don't just rely on pre-made set of questions, but really be genuine about your questions towards like understanding deeper this connection with the product that they're imagining, how it can provide them value, and necessarily even understanding like who the clients are and how lenient they are in terms of adjusting around with the brand that you're giving them. I think it's good to really connect to them in that level as well. Okay, actually I think I'm done with this guy. I don't actually know how far it should be, or it should be lighter, but I guess we'll just see. Okay, next.
Very light, very light.
Okay, very light, true.
And maybe down here in the water, just some straight horizontal strokes, just like painting the side of your house.
This
Real
water?
simple.
Okay, down there. He says down there. So I guess we can add a couple of water here. This area.
And maybe down here at the very bottom of it, we'll make it extra dark. You know, just add a little bit more of your phthalo blue.
Okay, so he says to make it super dark at the bottom. So I'm presuming this is supposed to be the bottom area. Medyo dark na rin yung blue dito. I never really do landscape painting. I think it should be in this area. We'll just see.
Okay, let's do a couple little clouds up in the sky. We'll go in with a little bit of titanium white, tiny touch of alizarin crimson.
Crimson. We'll need a bit of crimson as well. Let's be red. I don't know, but okay. Yeah, speaking of communicating with your clients in terms of what the vision really is, I think it's important to really communicate your thoughts. In the first place, they're reaching out to you not just for execution, but also for your expertise in the matter. I mean, after all, even if you say that you haven't had as much experience, I'm pretty sure that you can give like a valuable input as well. I think at the end of the day, you really have to set that dynamic for you to be respected as well with your clients. Dapat medyo makapal din yung mukha mo. Just really contribute on making the product better. Just make sure, prove that your intentions are good naman. So I guess it's like as good as it can get with the clouds. I'm so sorry, clouds. If this wasn't what you guys wanted to be like. Okay, I don't have midnight brown, but I do have burnt umber. And then he mentioned something black, right? Okay, so maybe we can use the ivory black. But I don't really use black in my painting. But we're gonna have to trust Bob Ross in this one. Let's get carried away, so I'm just adding.
You have to do that, you know. Compliment yourself a little. Tell yourself you're wonderful. That's good for you.
You're wonderful. Okay, I guess like now that we're done talking about a little bit of miscommunications, we can go off to the question. So the first question that I got was from Webster. He's asking for Fave productivity apps. I'm not really like a fan of productivity apps just because I think that it takes more time to do. Like, you already have so much to do, and then to add to that kind of load clutter that you have to prepare in this apps for. That's why I mentioned before that I'm not really into bullet journaling, just because I feel like it takes more time of what I'm supposed to do by even having to list them down. So instead of that, I just usually use my tabs, open everything I have to do, and then just close the tabs whenever I am done with that task already. Okay, and the next question naman is from Anja. Ay, Anja. So his question was, what's my rank in ML? Oh my god, okay, wait lang. So I have to kind of defend myself for this first, because I'm actually just Legend 1. I haven't reached Mythic this season. Kasi ang daming cancer talaga sa... Diyos ko, ang daming cancer sa rank. Tapos lalo na po magsusolo ka. Sobrang sayang sa oras. Sobrang sayang sa stars. Okay, we're filling in a bit more of the area here below. So, we get a better silhouette of the mountains as well. So the next question is from Ina. Shout out, girl. So her questions are two things: time management and study tips pala. So I guess like in terms of time management, the only thing that I do really is to kind of section my hours in the day on what I'm supposed to finish or what I'm trying to achieve. So usually my mindset on it is if I get to finish something or if I do something in advance, that means I have more free time for the next day that I've been set. So that means I try to still balance everything. It's not just class scheds and work, but it also includes like my workout time, the time that I have to kind of just relax, just to keep me sane. Because the way that I think about it is, you don't set time for you to relax as well. You're just gonna feel a lot more overwhelmed, and if it happens day to day, you often find yourself, I often find myself kind of spiraling into like a grumpy mood, a grumpy state where I just really want to rest. For study tips naman, disclaimer, I'd be like notoriously known to be someone who just wings it. If ever you still take my word for it, my tip would really be to just take things at a time, like as if it's like the only subject that you have. I think it's important to really put your head in whatever you're working on at that time and just pace yourself. I think the most important fact to give though is just to enjoy the process as well. Sometimes we usually think that, oh, if it's school, it's really just something that needs to be done and I just need to pass it and all. But really, school is really a learning experience and you take a lot from it.
There we go, something like that, and then let's put a little bit of... I won't tell you that though, I don't want to... I'll go in with a few little foothills. I'm just gonna mix this paint on my brush. We'll go in
here. I guess it's just adding kind of a dimension, making it have a bit of a little bit wide. So I guess we can move on to the next question. The next question is from Kim. I'd just like to first say thank you. I love you so much, girl, and I miss you so much. So her question is basically about keep being motivated. Like I guess personally for me, I really experience creative burnout as well. Like I feel like some days information in my head just gets too overwhelming and like I'm not really creating original things whenever I'm designing. But I guess like in just trying to stay motivated, it's just you always have to take it a day at a time. I keep on repeating that, but I feel like that's a really important skill to learn. Be able to withstand like longer bouts of frustrations and burnouts. You really have to look out for yourself every single day. So whenever I feel like it just gets overwhelming for me, I just stop using anything work related and move it to the next day if I really can't handle it anymore. I think it's better than being stuck in a situation and being so tired that even the next day you're still very tired to work on it and you don't even have motivation to do it. Ayan. So stay motivated. I love you. To believe that we have
okay, maybe back on these trees. They're pretty far away, so let's just go with some scratchy and type
there are trees. I'm adding green trees. I guess it's supposed to be around this area. Okay, the next question we have is from Jira. Hi, Jira. So his question is, what are my thoughts in overworking? For me, I would say, don't overwork. But at the same time, if I say don't overwork, that's actually really, really ironic for me because I overwork a lot. Just make sure that at the end of the day, you know your limits and you don't compromise the quality of work that you do, or that you have already set your expectations on being able to balance everything. Personally, for me, as I mentioned before, I did work several jobs at once, but in no way did I compromise each one with what was expected in terms of the work I would do. Usually, I end up overworking whenever I get miscommunications from clients, and I am doing more revisions that really wasn't expected. And so, ayan na si Cholo. He's one of my guy's friends. And we play ML together. So, yung tanong niya, how to Hylos daw? Hylos tutorial. If you guys don't know, Hylos is my favorite character in ML. He looks like a center. And I play tank. I'm tank role. Whenever we 5-man. Tips on how to Hylos. Just really stay in the middle of the clash. And just take in damage. Actually, yun lang yung tip ko. And maybe just try your best to be all over the place. Use your SS. Because your SS, it runs away, So, just use it to be able to move from one place to another para mabilis yung rotation nyo as a team with your support. Ano ba ito naging ML na yung aking channel more than it is productivity and career? Ano ba ito? But yeah, shout out to my ML friends. Hi! So, I think I just need to finish this area. Okay, so I guess because I feel like I'm also almost done, I'll accommodate one last question, and this question is from Ella. Hey girl, I miss you, I love you. How do I actually balance everything with everything here? I guess it's really just enjoying each part, enjoying the process of it. Work, sometimes I feel like it's a leisure if it's something that boosts my productivity, or it helps me kind of feel like I have a sense of purpose. So really, it's all part of the mindset. You know, sometimes it might be too overwhelming, and that's okay. That's okay to feel those things. Give yourself a bit of time to really consider that you're in that place. Right? It's important to in the times that you do feel happy, that you do feel content with what you're feeling, just savor that as well, and where you just really enjoy the process as well of being able to work, or being able to do what you have to do, or being with people that you have here with you right now. We might think that some people are just inherently more lucky in terms of things that they have in their life. But I think that happiness is always a choice. Wow. Because sometimes it is overwhelming for me. But I always enjoy the process of having everything that I have and being grateful that I actually have these opportunities. And that's what drives me to really push myself to do more and more every day. Here you go. This is my finished product. Yeah, here you go. Okay, I'll turn on the light.
Okay, and as a final step in this painting, I believe I'll add a little bit of foam. Touch into your paint.
Proves that I'm not a good landscape artist. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two with the things that I was rambling about. But yeah, next week I'll be giving you a bit more informative video in terms of UX design finally, and I hope to see you guys there. If you guys haven't, please like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Bad posture, guys. Fix your posture. Okay, bye.